Did you know that University of Scranton did a research and they discovered that 92% of Americans who set their goals, they never achieve them? 92%, which means only 8% do. Welcome to Achieve. I'm your host, Wanda Martin, and I'm here to give you simple goal-setting strategies to help you to become a part of that 8%. Now, in today's episode, I have an amazing entrepreneur who's she's going to light up this episode as she talks about goal setting where entrepreneurship is concerned. Could you please help me to welcome Bridgett Battles? Welcome, Bridgett.
Hello, Wanda. Thank you. And to all the viewers that are watching us, thank you for such a warm welcome. I'm excited to be here, excited for the conversation and see where this goes.
Well, yes, thank you so much for coming. You know, as a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and jump right on into it because this woman right here, she has a wealth of wisdom, knowledge, and information surrounding goal setting to get her from where she was to where she is today. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about who Bridgett is. Now, Bridgett, as the Executive Presence Strategist for executives and CEOs, Bridgett shows women how to develop a powerful presence. Do you hear that? She shows women how to develop a powerful presence. With an unmatched gift for introducing women to their highest potential, she has helped dozens of women to identify their signature style, which in turns, I love this, translate into their substantial income. Isn't that great?
Substantial income.
While Bridgett holds several professional titles, she is known for an immeasurable impact that cannot be defined. Isn't that amazing? I'm telling you, you guys, you are in for a treat today as Bridgett Battles, she shares with us some of her goal setting techniques to help her to get from where she was to where she is today. So Bridgett, can we just jump right on into this?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, Bridgett, so can you tell us, how did your goal setting techniques get you from where you were to where you are today?
So a couple of things took place for me. And so I want to share with the viewers too, because I think it's so important that when you have these types of conversations, you give people tools and tips they can actually use and implement right away. So the first thing I would say, for me, and I would encourage you all to as well, is to clearly define who you are and how you want the world to view you.
That's good.
And so, because if you know who you are, how you want the world to view you, that is the first thing in setting up your goal setting. Because it's hard to really set a goal when you don't have clear identification of who you are. And how do you want people to respond to you? How do you want them to view you? How do you want them to treat you? How do you want them to invest in you? How do you want them to receive what it is you have to give? So the first thing is identify clearly who you are and how you want the world to view you.
Well, let me stop right there. Could you tell us, how are you able to identify that for yourself? Because I know I interview a lot of people and I meet a lot of people and they have a struggle with that, knowing how to identify their purpose.
Yes.
I would say, how are you able to identify your purpose to set you up to where you are today?
Good question. And so I'm going to add something to that too. You're right. So, and it's a difference in identifying your purpose and your passion. Because you can be passionate about something, but it does not cultivate your purpose. So understanding the difference between your purpose and your passion. And so the way that I was able to clearly define who I am and how I wanted the world to view me is that I had to actually sit with myself. And you have to sit with yourself. And I would do random exercises that help me really dig deep, because a lot of times we only want to deal with surface things.
That is so
and then
true.
when we deal with surface things, it only sometimes gives you a temporary resolve. And so I didn't want that. So sit with yourself. I did self-care exercises. Figured out, what kind of ice cream do you like? Simple stuff. What's your favorite color? What do you like to watch on TV? What's your favorite book to read? What is it about you that makes you feel loved? What is about you that makes you want to give love? So just making sure that you sat with yourself to do your internal work. And see, what happens is when we don't do our internal work, what we do is we start creating casualties, which means we start damaging people. And then when we start damaging people, then we all of a sudden start to do damage control.
Yeah.
But you can't do damage control and still continue to create damage.
That's good. That's good. So did you all get that? You know, your purpose is not always necessary, or should I say your purpose doesn't always line up with your passion.
It does not.
And so you should definitely be able to differentiate between the two. And then I love what she said, to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
To sit with yourself. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you had to do.
Yeah. You know, because some people feel like that they always have to be with somebody, be in a group. You always got to be invited. You always got to be at this. You always got to be at that. And so when we don't learn how to silence the noise and sit with ourselves, 2 years we've been in a pandemic.
Yeah.
And so while we were in the pandemic, the digital space, it was amped up so much. And so you had to learn how to really silence the noise, discern what was for you, for your spiritual man, your physical man, alignment of your goals, alignment of your mission, your vision, and your value, and really sit in that space so that you are impactful. And so that's important when you are setting goals and you want your goals to be implemented and executed, making sure they are impactful.
That is good. That is good. That leads me to the next the next question. Why do you believe setting goals is pertinent for entrepreneurs like yourself? Why do you believe setting goals is definitely pertinent, especially in this day and time that we're living in? You have a lot of entrepreneurs that have started booming since the pandemic. So why do you believe that setting goals is important?
So I got a long answer for this, girl.
Okay,
I got a long answer for this.
You got to give me a short one. You have a lot of information, I know.
And so that is this, you know, it's important to set goals because when you don't, you devalue what you have to give. When you devalue what you have to give, you are not operating in your God-given assignment. When you are devaluing your gift, you are the person who is bottlenecking your actual vision or brand. So the moment that you devalue what you have to offer, because you didn't set a goal, when you don't set a goal, it means you do not have a strategy. And we don't have a strategy or a goal, that means that you have no way of actually determining where you are in relation to you actually obtaining goal, retaining income, retaining clients, retaining customers. It just means you're actually just doing a lot of activities with no real purpose.
So you believe the reason why it's important for entrepreneurs to set goals so that they will not devalue their gift?
Yep.
Okay, I love that. Did you all get that? Look, you all should make sure you get out a piece of paper and a pencil and write down this information. This is really good. Okay, let me go to the next question. What roles does having a positive mindset play in goal achievement for you? Because I know that you're big on mind shifting.
Yep.
You got to have a mind shift. I know I hear you say that word a lot of times. And so what role does having a positive mindset or mind shifting play in goal achievement?
It plays a significant role. And when you don't have the positive mindset shift, what happens is you start to revert back to your old ways.
Yeah.
You ever work with somebody and everything you tell them, they say, I know. No, you don't know. Because if you did know,
so true.
if you did know, you would have moved on where you are. So you won't have progress if you don't have a mindset shift. So there's no way around it.
And how did you receive your mindset shift?
Accountability.
Okay, you're hitting accountability.
Accountability. You got to be accountable to someone and to yourself. So when you are not accountable, and when you get to the place of where you are just functioning and not really making any real progress, that gets you to the season of burnout.
That is so true. That is
and
so
this
good.
Having that positive mindset helps you not go through that season of burnout. And don't get me wrong, we all need to reset, we all need to refresh, we all need to take time, but we want to prevent, you know, anything that, if we see a house burning or we see a fire that's ignited, you want to start putting preventive measures in place before it gets out of control. It's like what I like to call, it's a difference between firefighting and fireproofing. So if you can fireproof anything, you should, so that you're not always having a firefight.
Okay, those are good. Those are good answers. I told you, Bridgett is dropping some gems. She is dropping some nuggets. And listen, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to hear some more information, some more knowledge and skills about setting goals where being an entrepreneur is concerned. We'll be right back.
All right, ladies, that is a wrap for today's Talk 65.
Now that we're done filming, we wanted to talk to you directly. Do you have any questions about maybe some of the topics you've seen on one of our shows?
Or are you new to Medicare or just need help understanding your options for Medigap, Medicare Advantage, or prescription drug coverage?
Annette, Patricia, and myself are licensed health insurance brokers that specialize in everything Medicare. So give us a call. We're here to help.
Cheesy grooves. Flavor, flavor, flavor! Crunch! Cheesy grooves. So much flavor, it's a mind crunch.
Let's face it, lawyers get a bad rap. I'm Erin Brucey, host of Legal Breakdown, where we dissect legal topics for the everyday viewer, with a mix of interesting guests to talk about current events and hot legal topics. Let's work together to make the law accessible and relevant to everyone. Catch us every week on RVN Television.
Oh, baby,
Hey, look here. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Where are you when it comes to relationships? I'm Dr. Donna Marie, and this is Grace and Space. We're talking the highs, the lows, and everything in between when it comes to life and love and relationships. Join me here, Grace and Space, on RVN, the Compassion Healing Network. We'll see you soon.
And there you have it. McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. It's the latest crispy sandwich from the makers of the world's most shared fries. The latest juicy sandwich from the home of your first American burger. The latest tender sandwich from the creators of this sandwich phenomena. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Introducing McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwiches. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'll be observing your safe driving abilities, play your cards right, and you could be in for a tasty discount. Let's roll. Hey, check it out. One time I tripped on the sidewalk over here. And a high of 89 degrees. Ooh, who just gives away wood?
The Snapshot app from Progressive rewards you for driving safe and driving less.
There's an app.
Save money.
Beth. Well, that came out of nowhere.
Welcome back to Achieve. I'm your host, Wanda Martin. And on this episode, we are meeting with the Bridgett Battles. I love her title. She is an executive present strategist. And so she has been dropping some nuggets, giving us some good wisdom about goal setting where being an entrepreneur is concerned. So we want to continue on diving into these questions. So are you ready, Bridgett?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so Bridgett, can you tell us how has having goals produced growth in your life? You know, one thing I love to say, you know, when people go to set goals, they set goals to get. But I believe you should set goals to grow. And so how has having goals produced growth in your life?
So several things. So having goals helped me become a six-figure earner with my business.
Wow, did you hear that?
That's number one. The other thing, having goals helped me really set up healthy boundaries. Because being an entrepreneur, when you're good at what you do, and what you do is no longer work, you know, because you love what you do so much and you love the change and the transformation that you provide to clients, you know, people think you're always available. And so at some point you may be, but understanding that you gotta put healthy boundaries in place. So, you know, it helped me put my healthy boundaries in place.
Okay.
And it also helped me create a substantial income and a lifestyle that I can maintain. Like, I'm not on a struggle bus.
Okay.
And so being able to do that, it's important. And it's important for entrepreneurs, you know, to have those types of goals. Everybody don't want to be a millionaire. I get it. Some people, that is not their thing. Some people are content with that. So whatever it is that you are content with, whatever it is that your goal is, making sure that you are in alignment with your core values of who you are as a person. For me, it was creating a lifestyle that I didn't grow up with.
Okay.
For me, it was also making sure I had healthy boundaries as well.
Okay, and that's good. I mean, I love the fact that you said it produced growth in your life from the standpoint of being able to set boundaries. So I probably would take it so you weren't good with setting boundaries from before.
No, I wasn't. I was a yes person. Anytime anybody asked you to do something, I would inconvenience myself to accommodate them.
And that's good.
Yeah, and so now it is a matter of, you know, being totally transparent. There are only a handful of people who can ask me to do something and I'll respond right away, sure. And that is because I value their character and integrity. You notice when you emailed me, I got right back to you.
So I made the numbers.
Yes. So typically, you know, I have to take a moment to like look at the calendar, look at what I'm doing before, what am I doing after, you know, all those types of things. And like today is my first day back from being off since May 13th. You
wow.
know?
Okay.
So understanding that those healthy boundaries are in place. And so I have those people who I value their character, I value their integrity, I value their work ethic, and I value what they're doing because what they're doing not only impacts them, but it also impacts the people that they serve. That's how we create change.
Okay, I love that. I mean, aren't her answers, they're amazing.
This is my life though. And I have to say that, like, this is like my life. Like I eat, sleep, and breathe.
You can tell your
this
energy,
is my life.
your energy, your vibe, you're loving this. So I love it as well. Okay, Bridgett, can you share with us a time you did not achieve your goals and what did you do to bounce back? You know,
so yeah, I think the first time when I did not really achieve a goal, it is because I had just become exposed to how I could expand my brand. And the moment that I got the exposure, because when I first started out, it was just as a hobby that turned into a business. And, you know, when I started getting exposed to additional knowledge, you know, I set the bar beyond my scope.
Oh.
For example, you know, people reach out to me, sure, I'll dress you for a wedding. Sure, I'll dress you for a prom. Sure, I'll dress you for... That's not my judge, you know what I mean? It's not. But so what happened was I was taking anything that people called to book me for.
Wow.
And so I had become so run down that I could not give them my best because I was consistently switching, you know, my actual target audience. And so I said that I didn't meet my goal because I was not in full alignment.
Okay. So how did you bounce back?
How I bounced back was that I really had to sit down and figure out what my niche is.
Okay. And
notice I didn't say what my niche was, what my niche is. Right, and once I sat down and figured out what my niche is, I knew those were the two areas that I was created to cultivate change. And the moment that I began to do that is when I actually saw growth and opportunities.
So you really had to identify what do you value?
Absolutely.
Your values, and you was not allowing or no longer allowing things to
so
come
now
against
if people
that.
call me for those different types of things, I have plenty of friends who are stylists. That's what they do. They don't work with clients for 6 months like I do.
Okay.
They don't do the things I do. So if you're looking for a prom, sure, I got the perfect person for you. I'm not her. You need somebody to do for your wedding, sure, I got the perfect person for you. I'm not her.
But what do you do when they say, no, you are the person? You're the one that I want.
Yeah, I clearly tell them they have not read my website. I'm not her.
I love it. You stick to what your value, you stick to your boundaries, you stick to what you have set up, and you don't go beyond that. Oh, wow. I love that. And I can see how that would keep you from continuously having setbacks.
Yeah.
I find that people who have setbacks is because they don't have those boundaries. But when you have boundaries, it's a way to prevent you from having setbacks.
And as a new entrepreneur, you want to be Walmart. You want to have something for everybody.
That's true.
You can't. That's true. Like, you can't. Walmart got a grocery store. You got clothes. You know, like, you just can't.
I love it.
You can get your tires changed. Like, my coach says something that's so important. She'll always tell us different things. She was like, listen, I'm not an accountant and I don't play one on TV. So I've adopted that. Like, yeah, certain things I'm not, and I don't play one on TV.
and you're cool with it.
Yes.
And you're cool with it. And that's the thing. You have to
you headache, me headache, you keep your money.
I told you, isn't she amazing?
No.
But look, these are some great nuggets, especially as being a new entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because that is something, as new entrepreneurs, you know, you're excited, you're gung-ho, you're ready to hit the ground running. But these are some great nuggets that you should apply to your life so that you can have boundaries to prevent the setbacks for showing up in your life. So that's really good.
Yes.
Okay, Bridgett, one thing I know about you and that I love about you, even though I know that you're an amazing entrepreneur, you're also a woman of faith.
Absolutely.
You're a woman of faith, and God is a priority in your life.
Absolutely.
So can you tell us, how do you include your faith with pursuing your goals?
So number one is I don't compromise my salvation or my belief. I don't compromise it at all. And making sure that everybody that works with me, as well as people that work for me, understand that I am connected to God.
I love it.
My business is connected to God. I'm active in my church. I'm in leadership. And I don't camouflage my faith.
That's good.
Because my faith is what, and my relationship with Jesus Christ is what has sustained me in years past and what's currently sustaining me.
And that's good, you know, because sometimes you meet individuals and they water that down, you know, but I love the fact that you stick to that.
Oh, yeah.
You stick to it. That's who you are.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I could do none of this without God.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no way. And, you know, because of my relationship with God, my faith has produced next level confidence. Because I know what the word says. And, you know, I have scriptures that are not only my favorite scriptures, but the ones that I quote every single day. And each time I quote those scriptures, each time I'm in my prayer time, each time I'm in my relationship, you know, with God, I'm reminded of, you know, not just him dying on the cross, but I'm reminded of my own personal life.
Yeah.
When I've had to endure, whether it was self-inflicted because I was out of alignment, or whether or not God was preparing me for next level ministry.
Okay.
So I'm reminded of all of those things, and that makes my commitment even stronger.
You know, and I love the fact that you talked about prayer, and obviously that's one of your disciplines that's helped you to go from where you are to where you are today.
Absolutely.
So can you tell us what other disciplines have you utilized to get you to where you are today?
Yeah, be okay with saying no. Be okay with not having to go everywhere and be at every single thing. And understand that you got to have systems and process for your business and your life.
Oh, those are good.
Because you don't have to work with 5,000 people in order for you to make a great amount of money.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do 5,000 things to have peace and organization in your life. So having the right systems and processes in your business and in your personal life. And so if I could take a moment about the personal life piece, and I say that from the perspective of, I think a lot of times, you know, we as a community don't pay attention to details. So when you follow details and you put a plan in place, that helps you stay organized. And when you organize at home, you can't help be organized in your business. You've got to be organized at home.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Those are great disciplines, and those are really disciplines that we all can utilize to continue, you know, to achieve our goals in life. You know, I know we're about to wrap up, you know, real quick. So can you tell us, or just in 60 seconds or less, what would you tell the entrepreneurs that are viewing this episode today, one thing that they need to know in order to continue to pursue their goals?
The first thing I would say, reverting back to what I said before, and that is be crystal clear on who you are, how you want the world to view you. And after you have done that, begin to set your goals and work backwards from the goal. Oftentimes we hear, you know, if someone was to bless you with the right amount of money, say, to pay off all of your bills, you need to know how much that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have time to get back to people.
Absolutely. You may lose out on that.
Exactly right. So take that time, put that work in, figure out who you are, figure out the people you want to serve, figure out the impact you want to make, and most importantly, whatever you do, make sure you are in alignment.
That is good. Most important, make sure you are in alignment. You want to be in alignment in order to achieve your goals. Well, Bridgett, I know you have some services that you know that you want to talk about before we conclude this episode. So go ahead and share about your services that you have.
Sure. So everybody, you are welcome to connect with me at www.thebbexperience.com. We do offer 2 packages, which we are currently preparing to take applications for. So that's one of the things we've changed. So you complete an application to work with me now.
Okay.
So we have 2 packages. The first one is called Entrepreneurs Who Need Reinvention. And then the second one is for a C-suite who needs to level up. So I would encourage you to log on to www.thebbexperience.com and see what comes with those different packages. The great thing is I work with you for 6 months. The first month is we do mindset. Second month, I take over your LinkedIn. We do your graphics where I give you a headshot, and my glam team gets you all the way together.
Okay. So how would they do that?
Package. Yeah.
How would they find that package?
Yep. www.thebbexperience.com. Everything is on there.
Okay. Now listen, if you don't take advantage of this, you are crazy. You want to make sure that you take advantage of this, especially to get your presence to own the room. As a matter of fact, I love the fact that she takes women and she helps to develop them so that they can own their room.
Absolutely.
And so that's what it's all about. And so thank you so much for being on this show.
Thank you for having me.
And you know, look, I always love to give our 8% sign.
Yes. 8%.
We're part of the 8%. Bridgett is doing some amazing things. She's a part of the 8%. She is taking the East Coast by storm. And so you want to make sure that you visit her website. So as I conclude, hey, if you would like an 8% bracelet that I'm wearing today, look, it helps you to remind yourself about your goals. All you have to do is just visit my website, www.wandamartin.org, and I will send you a free wristband, 8% wristband, to help you with your goals. And then also, hey, I also have a course that is going on right now online. It's called Achieve 6. It is where I help you to achieve your goals. And so you can just, again, visit www.wandamartin.org to get more information for that. But listen, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, Wanda Martin. And like I always love to end my show, hey, be safe, be great, and be 8 all day. Hey, God bless.